Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the Thankful Thursday Freedom Call, and it is coming to you live on Facebook. It is so good to be back. I know last week we had a really incredible Creating a Dynasty. We had an incredible fundraising gala, raising over $200,000 with a small group of people, small group of clients, coaches that just raised an incredible amount of money. We were fortunate to have dinner and hear the stories from Eduardo, the actor-producer with Sound of Freedom, and his mission and the mission of the Destiny Global charity called King's Ransom is to take care of the orphan, the poor, the widow, and the sex trafficked victims. That is a huge need. And to raise that amount of money is incredible. The United States is the #1 consumer of buying humans. So it is a really incredibly tragic situation, but there are people working to turn it around. So that's what happened, and it was amazing. I'm here with you to continue to give you tips to move your finances forward, to get out of debt slavery, to increase your financial wealth, and to give more out of the abundance that you've been given. So to recap, we're going to finish off the series of fear. If you have not watched the recorded calls, they're recorded. It's a series on fear. The actual interview with Monique was really incredible, ways to overcome fear. But there is one fear that comes out of your mouth that keeps you stuck in debt, keeps you stuck in poverty. And this is what I am going to share with you right now in this call, because it's something that I've done. It's something that I was trained to do from a child. I was trained to do this, and my parents didn't know any better. And I have a sneaking suspicion that you're doing it, and that you're training your children to do this. And when you do this, you keep yourself in poverty, you keep your children in poverty, and we go in the opposite direction that we want, which is why you're in this group. We want financial freedom. So I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever said to yourself, to your spouse, to your children, we can't afford it? We can't afford that. I have. And there is a very, very powerful concept that you're using that's working against you when you say we can't afford it. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. That's a biblical concept. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And when you say we can't afford that, you are programming curses over you, your spouse, your children, your legacy. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. What you speak affects your mind, and your mind is what controls your spending choices, your financial choices, how you feel about yourself. Everything comes from the power of the tongue. So, I'm going to give you a new phrase. Now, before I give you this phrase, I have talked with people in my own family that have said, just saying words aren't going to mean that I can afford it. I want a yacht and I don't have the money. I'm never going to be able to afford it. Well, if you say you're never going to be able to afford it, you won't be able to afford it. That's not what I'm talking about. So, this is a powerful phrase to rephrase it. And before I give this to you, you have to realize if you're watching this on a computer that you own, if you're watching this on a computer that you own, in a house with a roof and a floor that's not dirt, you are wealthier than 99% of the world's population. Okay, so you can look up those statistics. We, in America, I'm from America, we take for granted the wealth that we have. Most people that I know, they have multiple cars, multiple TVs, multiple phones. They don't miss a meal. And if they do miss a meal, it's because they're trying to lose weight because they've had such an abundance of food that they're too heavy. So you have to realize where you're at, and you have to realize your choices. Your choices come from what you speak from your mouth. So here is your new phrase. We are choosing. We are choosing to buy this, or we are choosing not to buy this. With the resources that we currently have, we're going to make a choice not to buy that particular item because we're going to invest in another area. So when you take personal responsibility and when you realize you're making a choice, that will change things. That will start to program your mind to more possibilities. And it is, honestly, for me, it is a hard thing to deprogram myself from. When you say we can't afford it, the truth is, if you look around your house and see all of the places you've wasted your money on, you probably could have afforded that vacation to Italy, or that vacation to South Africa, or that special night out, who knows? But you just made a different choice. You chose to spend your money in a different place. Another choice that you have is learning financial strategies, being wise with your money. It's a skill we're not taught. It's a skill I wasn't taught. I had to learn on my own. That's why I'm here. So make sure whatever comes out of your mouth is not programming your mind for a poverty mindset. Here's some other poverty mindsets that keep you in poverty. Hoarding, holding on to all the DVDs because you don't want to get rid of them. What if you want to watch them again? Holding on to everything in the junk drawer. What if I need that? Again, you are focusing your mind on scarcity. You are focusing on your mind into what you might not have, rather than opening your mind up to abundance. And I know this sounds kind of like woo-woo, but your mind is going to make your choices. So release what's holding you back. We had a whole series in this group on decluttering, on releasing things. Now, if you have something in your hand, I take this little Kleenex and I put it in my hand and I'm holding on to it. What if I need this little piece of Kleenex? What if I need it? I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to hold on to it tightly. I'm going to hold on to all of the extra tools and clothes and DVDs and clutter and dresses I haven't worn in 10 years, just in case I might need it. Well, what happens? What if God comes along, or an opportunity comes along to give you something big, something beautiful, and says, oh, look what I have for you. Oh, isn't that prettier than what you're holding on to? But it's not going to fit until you release what you're actually not using. Let it bless somebody else, and then your hand is open to receive more of the abundance around you. It needs to flow. It needs to flow. When you hold on to stuff, when you hold on to the poverty mindset, you are closing your mind from seeing opportunities that are out there. So please watch your words. Watch what you're speaking over yourself, your spouse, and your children. There is always a choice. There is a choice to spend. There is a choice to make money. There is a choice to what career you have. There is a choice if you want to do a side hustle. There is a choice if you want to spend everything you make and go into debt and make other people rich because you're spending more than you earn. Or there is a choice to say, hey, I can afford that if I want, but I'm going to choose to invest. I'm going to invest in a business or a stock or my pension or my retirement or something that will make me money. Maybe I'll invest in a little business, a little craft fair on weekends. I have a friend that actually makes art, and she goes to craft fairs as her side hustle, you know, instead of spending money on the latest iPhone. So again, it's a choice. You have a choice. Start saying, I can afford that, but I'm going to make a choice. I have all of the abundance of the world because I am a daughter of God. And when you start realizing that, you'll find opportunities to make more money, to keep more money, to invest money in some sort of cash flow. You'll be able to give more. You'll be able to receive more. So I hope that makes sense. And I say it looks like Rosemary is watching. Hey, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching these things. I really hope some of these tips are beneficial to you, Rosemary, to you watching the replay. Try it out. It's not going to hurt to say, I can afford that, but I'm going to make a different choice with my money. I choose, not I can't. That's what I have for you today. I will see you next Thursday. It's Thanksgiving next Thursday, so I'll probably pre-record something and put it up. But stay strong, stay wise, know that you have the abundance of the universe, and life and death is in the power of the tongue. Use the tongue to build yourself up, build your finances up, open yourself up to those opportunities that are out there, and remember, you have the choice. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.